From Atlanta, Georgia, it's At Home with AJ. And now, your host, Anthony S. and Jasmine.
We gotta get that theme song out.
I know, I love it.
Love it.
It's danceable.
We gotta talk to Al about that. Maybe we can get it on a disc or something.
On a CD.
Mm-hmm. We'll try that because it's hot. Hey man, everybody, welcome to another edition of At Home with AJ. My name is Anthony S.
Yes, and I am Jasmine, and we are AJ. Yes.
Yes, we are. Mm-hmm. Anthony, Jasmine, AJ.
Yes, welcome into our home once again.
Mm-hmm. Man, what a day.
I know.
How was your day?
It was great. I started a new job.
Yep.
And
Yep.
It's very interesting. I like it. I'll let you know how it goes in a couple of months.
Okay.
You know, I'll let you know how it goes.
Okay. You can talk about it.
Yeah, well, we will.
If you want to.
We will.
If you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I love this job even more.
Oh yeah. Well, see, this job here, we created this job, and we love doing us.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
And you know what I want to talk about, babe?
What you want to talk about?
Father's Day. Father's Day was the bomb.
Sure was. Got some crabs. We did it.
Yeah, we
Went
did.
to Joe's.
We eat at Joe's.
Went to Joe's. Joe's
It was
Crab.
so
Is it
much
Joe's Crab Shack?
fun. Yes,
Yeah.
Joe's Crab Shack.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
They have a few Joe's. They have one here in Jonesboro, and they have one down on
downtown. Like, is that a Joe's?
That's a Joe's also,
Okay.
but it's a little
It's
smaller.
small. It's
yeah,
really
it's small.
small.
I've seen it. It's small.
Yeah. My dad, oh man, we had a ball. And I had my two favorite men with me.
That's right, baby.
My sister was here,
Sister,
Shirley.
her
Hey,
kids.
Shirley.
Shout
And
out
my
Shirley and
nieces
them.
and nephews. We had a great time. We had everybody in the place laughing.
and the waiter, poor waiter. Every time he messed up, his tip went down $1. He kept messing up, went down $1 more. He was down to $1.50.
But he got it right. He finally got it right.
After he got it right,
he started building it back
his
up.
tip factor started going up.
Yeah.
And you know I know about tips.
You know what? That's going to be one of my questions. I'm going to ask everybody, do you tip? And if you tip, why? And if you don't, why not? That's an Ask AJ question.
Yeah. Bring your tip.
I'm asking it. Answer us on our page.
Yeah.
You know, and let us know what you think about tipping.
Tip is important. It's very important.
Sometimes I feel that way sometimes, and my thing is, if you're doing your job, why do you have to be tipped to do your job?
Well, that's not the point.
Okay.
The point is not to do your job to get a tip. The tipping is a gesture from the guest.
And it should be from your heart, right?
Yeah,
It shouldn't be mandatory.
No,
right?
tipping is not mandatory because the person is not supposed to ask for a tip because that'd be soliciting. Okay. When you're a waiter or you are a shuttle driver, okay, the guest will tip according to, I got experience in that. The guests will tip according to how they feel about the experience that they're having. Okay. And sometimes they won't tip. Doesn't mean that they didn't have a good time or whatever, but it's up to them. And when they do tip, they're actually saying, "Thank you very much. We appreciate it." Okay.
Well,
so
I understand.
That's
but
all it is.
Isn't that a great question? And I hope that you guys get back to us, and we'll read the answers on the next show. But
How do you feel about tipping? So answer that one, y'all.
Yeah. Now we do have some Ask AJ questions.
Yeah.
So come on, Anthony. Let's read the first one.
I gotta put my specs on.
And I hope that all you guys out there had a great Father's Day.
Happy belated Father's Day to all you guys.
Yeah.
A lot of fathers out there. Hey.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Aren't they beautiful?
Whose were those flowers for?
You know who.
Okay. Hey, we had one said a long time ago that flowers are not just a woman thing. Flowers is a gesture of love. Okay. Flowers can be for anyone. Okay. Not just because you're sick or whatever. Flowers can be because I love you. And men, just like men, Men can also receive flowers as well.
That's right.
Flowers is a gesture saying that I love you, I care about you, and whatever, and I'm happy.
And
okay?
that's how I love my
Yeah.
baby.
Hey, she bought me 2 dozen roses.
They
Those are my roses.
beautiful.
My roses,
They
okay?
still look good.
They still look good, still hanging in there. So I wanted to put it on the table today to show everybody that flowers could be also for men too. This came from my lady right here, okay? Anyway, we got a couple of real good ones.
Okay.
Came in.
You're gonna read
came
the
in
first
the mail.
one?
Came in the mail today. This one is from James from Atlanta. He's from down here. He says, "Hi AJ, my name is James from Atlanta. Okay, here's my problem." Whoa, he started off already. And he says, and don't laugh. Okay, I won't. My best friend, girlfriend, his best guy friend, or his friend, his buddy, girlfriend keeps hitting on me. Okay, every time I'm around those two. She starts up and she starts up. She's really fine, he says, and I mean he's my boy and all, but he just wants to know what should I do. If you ask me the question, am I attracted to her? Yeah, but not like that. Okay, so I don't want to hurt my boys.
He says, I don't want to hurt my boy.
I don't want to hurt my boy. What should I do? Well, someone's going to get hurt a little bit. I'll tell you what I would do. No, I'm going to tell you what you should do. Because what I would do would be something different. And I hope that you hear me on this, because sometimes the truth can hurt. So you have to ask yourself, how much do you value your relationship with your best friend? Okay? That's the first thing you got to say. And if you value your friend's relationship, you've known him for a long time, and his girlfriend is playing these little games, okay, what you need to do is step to her and tell her, hey, sister girl, I can't have this. You playing around like this. You know, we cool, but we're not cool like that. I'm not going to, mess up my friendship with my boy with some nonsense. So if you don't stop, I'm gonna go to my friend and tell him what you're doing. Okay, as simple as that. And then he's going to decide what's right or what's wrong. But I'm not going to, step and mess up my relationship with my friend. So that's what I would do. Well, that's what I think you should do, is have a powwow with her.
Talk with her
have
first.
a powwow with her first.
Yeah,
have a little talk and just lay it down and say, hey, I like you and everything, but not like that. I'm not going to have this come between my friendship. I've known him for, whatever years. And if you don't stop, I'm going to go right to him, because you're going to lose.
Right, because you know what? If it's not him, it'll be with someone else, depending on if she's that type of person.
Right.
And already, if she's stepping to him, she's going to step to somebody else.
Because my friend needs to know, seriously, if I go to him, he's going to need to know what kind of girl he's got.
Right, right.
Seriously. Okay? So then from that point, he's going to decide what he's going to do. Because if you step into me, his best friend, shoot,
But you have to be careful, because sometimes, people think if he was to go to his friend and say, hey man, your lady is hitting on me, he
making
might
him think that
he wants it.
Right, and it's not even like that. I'm stepping to him because it's the truth. Your lady is doing some things that's not cool. So you need to keep your lady in check, talk to her, and that's that. So that's what I would do.
Wow, that can go
Boom.
either way, huh?
Yeah. And good luck, man, and write us back and let us know what happened.
Oh yeah, oh
Okay,
yeah.
That's a good one.
I know.
Boy.
Okay, here's another one. It says, hi, she got JJ. Hi, JJ.
JJ.
This is Susan from Illinois. I have 2 friends, female of course, and we are not kids. We are grown women, but one of my friends, she likes to talk a lot when she's with me. When she's with me, she will talk about our other friend, and when she's with the other one, she will talk about me. I know this sounds childish, but we all love each other. We've been friends for years. How do we tell this friend that she has to stop doing what she is doing? Or do we just let her do what she does and ignore her, because we are all really good friends? How do we handle this?
Wow.
Two-faced friend. That's what you should call this question. My two-faced friend. Well, her saving grace is that you all have been friends for years and you love each other. With that being said, I got a feeling that there's nothing you can do, that she is just gonna be that way, and you guys accept it. I believe if she was somebody else, that you would cut her off. But because you guys have been friends for so many years, I don't think anything's going to happen.
And you've been, and this has been happening for. It's not the first time. She's right now just asking someone's opinion about the matter. So apparently this has been going on for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And they don't want to rock the boat. They don't want to, because she could say, well, I don't want nothing to do with this triangle.
They
no
know
more.
what she's doing.
She could just bow out and say, I can't have this. Like when I'm not here, she's talking about me, and when she's here, she's talking. We can't have that. So apparently she must don't mind.
You know what I say?
In some ways.
Stop telling her things. Stop sharing certain things with her that you don't want the other person to know. And since you're all friends, you
it's
probably
hard to
know
do
what's
that.
going
It's hard.
on
It's hard to
anyway.
do that. How can you not say one thing that you can't say to another? It's hard to do that because it's going to get back to that same person because you're all buddies.
Women, I know I'm one
I ain't
too,
gonna go
but
there.
My goodness.
What would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah,
I said,
what would you do?
If we're all friends like that, I would just accept that heifer. I would just say, I would be like, girl, she talking about you. She talking about me to you. She talking about you to me.
It's silly.
What you gonna do?
And then both of y'all talking about her. Okay. So everybody talking about everybody. Let me say it right. Everybody.
Everybody.
Okay?
Everybody.
And we in New Yorker. And I'm saying everybody. So
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Susan,
hey.
I think it is what it is. You guys stay friends. We only come this way but one time. So just, I don't want to say indulge her, but just let it be. Take it for what it is.
What Smokey said, we come this far to end it now.
Yeah. That's good.
That's a good one, huh?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Right? I don't want to sing. I just had to say it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
That's great, babe.
just keep it rolling. Keep it rolling, man. Just keep it rolling.
Yeah. And speaking of keeping it rolling, keeping it rolling.
Oh, man. You know what I'm still thinking about? That Summer Jam.
I know,
I'm still
babe.
thinking about that Summer Jam
hot.
party.
It was
Summer Jam. Sorry, y'all, but we the Summer Jam that we had was the bomb. So we're gonna hopefully we can do another one before the weather changes.
That's right, and we will let you know so you can come and hang out too. And speaking of, once again, I know we were talking about our Summer Jam, but if we keep it rolling, we're going to talk about our guest tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's has done everything just about down here in Atlanta.
Yeah, if you can see him on Facebook. He is a motivational speaker.
Right.
He is a martial arts expert.
Right.
He
Wasn't he with the
had
police?
his own. He was a DeKalb County police officer.
Yes.
He had his own teen talk show.
There you go.
He's a mentor to teens. He does something very special that we're going to wait till he gets out and let him tell you about it.
We've been friends on Facebook for a couple of years, and we just never met. But I knew about him, and I'm like, wow, I'm actually going to meet this person.
I know, he's
finally,
awesome. He's awesome
for the first time.
Yeah, he was also he did security for a number of entertainers here in the ATL. Everybody, please put your hands together for Mr. Dondi Burroughs.
All right.
Yeah.
My man, you know something? I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell you something right now. Hey,
Come
what's
on
up?
here.
How you
Come
doing?
on here, Don.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something right
Yeah.
now. If you're from Brooklyn, you know the song AJ. You know, see? Hey, that's what's happening right here. Yep. Hey, you gotta do your homework.
Want your slide over a little bit?
Okay.
Put Donnie right there in the middle.
Okay.
I prepared that spot just for you.
All right.
Okay, but still, we got a song.
Yeah, there's a rap
Well-
group, and they say AJ.
But I'm from Queens now.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
from
all
Queens.
right.
I got relatives in
Okay.
Brooklyn. See.
Well, they said Bronx.
From Rockaway Boulevard.
Yeah.
See, I'm from around up in there. You see,
Yes.
and then that was when I was younger. Then I moved to Hollis in the '70s.
Okay. All right.
You see, but I got family in Brooklyn, so I'm not sure about the song in Brooklyn.
Okay.
You talk about stuff from Queens.
Okay.
Talk.
All right. Brooklyn still got love for you.
I hope so. I still got family there.
All right.
Well, you got talking about New York. Are you from New York, Dondi?
Yes.
Oh, okay. See,
As
I
a
did
matter
not
of
know
fact,
that.
As a matter of fact, my first name Dondi came from the it was a little cartoon character, the Daily News. Dondi. That's where my name came
The
from.
Daily News.
Yes, Dondi.
A cartoon character?
Yes, Dondi. And
I think
there
I
was
remember
also-
that.
I remember
Dondi,
Dondi.
yes.
Dondi. And then there was also a graffiti artist named Dondi White.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's where it came from. But see, back then, Dondi had big eyes and a lot of hair.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Something happened. I don't know, but I got a new hairstyle right
There
now.
you go.
But
Hey.
I'm rocking this right
You got a new,
Hey,
hey,
I liked it.
hey, I rock it too,
I'm
man.
trying.
Hey, I had hair. It didn't fall out. I cut mine off.
Yes.
I cut mine off.
If it
Okay.
rained acid,
Hey, I cut my hair off. Okay. I love it. Okay.
well, I just want to thank you. I mean, it's a pleasure to be
Man,
here,
welcome,
man.
ladies and gentlemen.
God.
Dondi Burroughs,
Wow.
man. This is the man right
This
here.
is great right here.
It's
This
the man.
is the
great.
man. This
This
guy's
is
done
great.
everything.
Wow. And, and before we get started, I just want to know, I mean, I talked to you guys behind the scene,
Yeah.
and we talked a little bit about some other things that were going on. I just want to know if we can kind of, like, just maybe in silence, maybe just bow our heads for a few seconds to remember those that are gone, but not
Absolutely.
forgotten, family members. And we talked about artists that you were doing a tribute to.
Yes.
And I gave you guys a big up. Maybe we could
Wow.
talk about that too.
Wow.
But I just want to just give a few props, to those artists and even the family members who have passed away.
That's right.
Just a couple of seconds.
Absolutely.
All
Oh, yeah.
right.
We can do that.
We do
Yes.
that.
All right. A couple seconds. That's all. That's all.
Amen.
That's it.
Amen.
Amen. Man, I mean,
Because it's
I
funny
don't-
that you mentioned that because we were asked to do something.
Yeah.
Something fantastic. We
Yes.
didn't know it was coming, but someone saw us.
Yes.
I'm gonna shout his name out, Rod Whitaker.
Yes.
Thank you, Rod.
Yes.
And he wanted us to do the ceremony for Life 4,
Wow.
the
See,
passing
that's
of
great.
these great artists such as Prince,
Yes. That's great.
Natalie Cole,
That's great.
Morris White,
Yes.
David Bowie,
Wow.
and Glenn Frey.
Wow.
And we were presenters.
See?
We was asked to do the presentation for Glenn
See?
Frey and the Eagles. Do you know how big that is?
Yes. Big.
Big.
That's big. That's real. You're
Okay.
doing big things.
So
on
we
the
were
couch.
honored, man.
Yes.
Totally honored.
Yes.
We didn't know that was going to go down, but it happened. When Jazz said, "Anthony, something great just happened." I said, "What?" We were asked to be presented. It was like at the Grammys, man.
Yeah.
That's like at the Grammys.
I mean, this right here. I tell you, man. From me doing public TV for almost 20 years,
Yeah.
I love it
You need to
because.
tell us about
Yeah.
that.
Wow,
I read
Public
about
TV,
it.
yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you all about
Wow.
that. But I overheard you guys talking, and you were talking about the tip thing and everything. And I just want to mention, I just got to put my
Oh,
2
yeah.
cents into this.
Yes, yes.
I remember one time going to Cancun, and I went to a restaurant, and I left the tip
Yeah.
of $20.
Oh.
And don't you know, the Hispanic lady came up to me, and she's like, "Thank you, thank you." I'm like, "For what?" It was only $20. She says, "Well, we only make about $7 a day.
Oh, a day?
So by
my
you giving us
God.
this."
Wow.
This right here, I mean, this is like a whole month. And I'm like, wow. And see, and sometimes we take things for granted,
Right.
and we never know. To one person, you may not mean the world, but to one person you may mean the world, but to the world you may not mean anything. But just to that one person.
Right.
And just to mention another guy I met there, he was a lifeguard at the hotel, and he says, I says, "Well, how come you guys, I don't ever see a lot of people driving cars." He said, "Because a lot of people can't afford them."
Right.
I said, "Well, how much would a car cost for you to get a nice used car?" He says, "Oh man, about $200 American dollars." I said,
Oh,
"That's it?"
my
What?
gosh.
That's it? He says, "Yeah, man. But when you convert it over, it costs thousands." I
Right.
says, "Well, you know what? Here you go." And I gave him the money. He says, "Huh?"
Wow.
And I even said, "Huh?" But you know what?
Wow.
At that time, I just felt it in my heart. And I was compelled. And I just wanted to do something. Now, if he got it, I believe so, because he written me later on and said that he got a nice little used car. And I just felt really good about that,
Wow.
Because
Just
like
to help somebody.
$200 doesn't seem like a lot to
No,
us.
no,
but
it doesn't.
It was, like you said, everything to him.
Right, to one person. To the world, it may not seem nothing, but to that one person, it may seem the world. And I just felt that I did my due for the day. And, like it says, in the Bible, it's always better to give
To
than
give
to
and to
receive.
receive.
Amen.
Always.
So,
Oh, yeah.
that's it. So, where do you want me to start at, man?
I know you got so
Man,
much.
start-
I don't know where
You
to
can start
okay.
wherever
Wait,
you
where we always begin.
Yes,
from the beginning.
from the beginning.
Now you told us you're from New York. Were you born in New
I
York?
was born in New York. Yep, Brooklyn baby.
In Brooklyn, okay.
Yes, Brooklyn
Where,
baby.
what part of Brooklyn? It's
East
in
New York.
Brooklyn. Okay.
East New York. I'm a Kings County baby. Yep, a Kings
Kings
County
County.
baby. My family, we kind of stayed there. Then we relocated to Connecticut.
Okay.
A lot of my family kind of migrated to Connecticut, and I was going back and forth. And I tell you, man, I God is good, because first of all, I just want to give props to God. Thank you for allowing me to even be here. I just want to thank, the all American great speakers, my PRO, my manager for hooking this up for me. I love all you guys. I mean, without you guys, this would never happen. And I'm just so glad and honored to be here.
Well, we're
Oh,
honored.
we're honored.
We're honored.
I sat, who sat on this couch? Let me see. Who sat
We're
on here?
honored
Let me see. Who sat on this
to
couch?
get you, that you cleared your calendar for us.
Yeah.
So we thank you.
Thank you.
for
Well, I
being here.
appreciate you, and I'm just so glad to hear.
And you've
hear-
added to the famous people that have
Yes,
sat
you
on this
have.
couch.
Oh man,
Yep.
I
Yes,
just feel
you
so
have,
honored.
but-
You got to get the, I see the wall. You got the table of fame, over there, and I was looking at that, and I just give you guys props.
We're building the wall of fame,
Yes.
and we'll be done with that. Anthony's going to put
Yeah,
that
I'm
together
working
real
on a wall
soon.
of
Well, you know what I
fame.
got for you? I got something. It's in gold letters. It says the Wall of Fame,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
on the back of it's the gold letters on the back of a piece of a nice piece of wood, and I'm going to
Okay.
give that to you so you can put
Oh,
somewhere,
great.
Oh, my
and you can put your
God.
pictures.
The wall that's behind here
Yes.
Yes,
is going to have
behind here.
photos of,
Yes.
of every artist, every guest that we had on our show.
Oh man, that'd be
Yeah.
great. Okay,
Well,
well,
thank
I'm gonna
you.
get started. So, I want to talk a little bit on how all of this started.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta let me know what the time is, because sometimes I can keep running my mouth.
That's okay.
No,
But
no.
Just talk.
I'm wearing this shirt, a vision, and this is what my logo is. I'm in survival mode.
Okay.
This is one of my t-shirts because at the time I was in survival mode. When I written my book on teenage suicide, I'll tell you this. In 1989, I decided I sat in the closet because and I'll tell you, I had some suicidal thoughts. And I think that even if you get 50 people in a room, 100 people in a room, at least half of them either contemplated or thought about it. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you because a lot of times they keep it hidden. And until we get to talk about things like this, then we'll bring it out. But anyways, I was going to go out, and I always feared that if I left the house, I was going to die. So on my 30th birthday, I decided not to go out in Brooklyn, and I sat in the house, and then I went in the closet and I prayed. And I started praying, and I fell asleep. Now, at the time, get this now. Check this out. This is some deep stuff. At the time, I had a restaurant in Queens. I told you, Ribs and Bibs.
Yes.
And I wasn't working with kids. I wasn't working with teenagers. I wasn't working in the schools. I wasn't doing nothing with youth. Nothing at all. I sat in the closet. And I was awakened by an angel. And the angel said, take my hand. So, I mean, he's an angel. I take his hand. I took his hand. We flew across the city. And we stopped. He says, okay, look down. I looked down, and it was like a hall or a church or something, big building. And inside, there must have been about 1,000 youth. And I said, well, I don't understand. What's all these kids? He said, look down. I looked, and at the front, there was a casket. There was a coffin. I was in it. It didn't bother me that I was in there because I said, well, if I was trying to kill myself, then that's where I was going to be. It bothered me because I seen all of these youth there. I couldn't understand it. So when I asked for clarification, the angel was gone. I woke up. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning. So later on that day, I talked to my dad, who's a minister. I said, Dad, I told him about the dream. He said, listen, son, God is trying to tell you, whatever you're going through, you hang in there because you're going to be doing something very powerful. And it may be with youth. I said, nah, Dad. This was in 89. 98. I was going through some more problems. And I'll tell you, and I'm not ashamed to say it, I tried to put the gun to my head, but it just wouldn't work. I put the shotgun in my mouth, but the shotgun was so long, I couldn't get to the trigger. So then I took the shotgun out, I put my hand on the trigger, I couldn't get my mouth to the barrel. So I put a string on the trigger. I put it in my mouth, the string broke. I did it again, it broke. So I said, okay, I got something for you. So I'm talking to myself, so I get the gun. So I cock it back. I said, you know what? I can't take it no more. I'm gonna do this. Put it in my mouth, pull the trigger, and it jams.
Oh,
I said,
my
ain't
God.
this something? So then I take it out. I said, what in the world? Pow, right in the ceiling. I said, whoa, maybe it wasn't meant for me to go. And I asked my dad, I said, Dad, I need your advice on something. I'm going through a lot right now, and I just feel like I'm at the end of the road. And my dad said to me, son, I want to ask you one question. What are you doing with your life right now? And I said, Dad, I'm working. Well, what are you doing exactly? I told him, once again, that I'm working in schools, the mentor program, Job Corps, the drill team. I got the TV show. He said, stop. He said, see, let me explain something to you, son. What God was trying to show you years ago is the future. I says, huh? He says, now, I remember this. He says, do you remember the part when you told me that you flew over the city and you stopped and you were right there and all of the kids were inside this place and they seen you in the casket, in the coffin? I said, yeah, those are the kids of today. I said, what are you talking about? Check this out. He says, if you decide to take your life, you know who's going to be at your funeral today? All of those kids that you seen many years ago that you didn't even know. But these are the kids that you're supporting and they're supporting you right now. I says, wow, that's deep. He also said, think of it this way too. If you decide to take your life, all of the following of the kids that you have with the TV show, the drill team, you know what they're going to say? Well, shoot, I'm going through some problems, so you know what? I'm going to do like Mr. Burroughs, Mr. Dondi. I'm just going to kill myself. That's the way to go.
Right.
So what God was trying to show you is that there's always an alternative. And it's your job to go out there and preach the word and teach these kids. So I never, that changed my whole attitude with everything. Then I started doing more things with the TV show.
Because how can you lead by example? And if you was going to just do the total opposite and blow yourself, kill yourself, I mean, they would have said,
right?
How can he lead us and he's
right?
He's killing himself.
Because see, that's being selfish, and that's what my dad said. You're being selfish, and I know, even my manager even told me one time. She says, if you do something to yourself, who gets affected? Everybody else. And he says, she says, now, what happens if you do something to yourself and you live, but you're paralyzed, but you can't move?
Right.
But then you're in the hospital. And then your mom and your mom comes to see you. Just say, hypothetically, she says, son, she calls me mijo. I'm half Puerto Rican. You're killing me. I feel so bad. I feel like I'm not a good mother. And you know what? I just can't live anymore. And I'm sitting there and I can't do nothing.
Right.
And she decides to blow her head off. And I gotta watch that. Then a week later, my father comes up. Son, I lost my best friend, your mom, my wife. I'm gonna cut my throat. And I gotta watch that. And this is how she's saying how people feel. They can't do nothing, but they're sitting there watching. We need to do something. So what I'm saying is that if you know anyone out there that's having any type of problems, reach out to them, talk to them, grab them by the hand, talk to them. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, you have to. The next book that I'm working on is called Woulda, Coulda, Shoulda. Because what happens when a teen decides to commit suicide? What do the parents say? If I woulda did this,
if I had only
shoulda,
known,
woulda, coulda, shoulda.
yeah.
It's too late then.
Too late.
So you have to know the signs. So, in saying that kicked off everything that I'm doing right now in my life. I started doing more things, branching out in the schools, speaking engagements. I started learning about entrepreneurship type of things and getting certified to help young people, to help them out, business orientated. And I started getting involved in the community more and more and more. And I've built up such a name in New York and Connecticut, the tri-state area, that people really respect me. And even now, my mom says, Dondi, there's not one place I can go to the junkyard with your dad and somebody come up and say, hey, ain't you Dondi's mom? How's he doing? He's really had an effect on my life. She says it doesn't make a difference. She worked for legal aid. So it doesn't make a difference where she goes. Somebody's going to come up to them and she says, Dondi, you've made a legacy. You've done so well. And she tells everybody this story. She says,
what are some of the things that you have done with the kids?
I'll tell you this. I work in the high schools. I work with not only the regular high school students, but the special ed.
Okay.
And a lot of times when you work with the special ed, a lot of other kids laugh at them. And this is bullying.
Right.
And people don't understand that there's all type of bullying. one-on-one bullying, gang bullying. There's bullying on the internet, cyberbullying, Facebook
Cyberbullies.
bullying. There's so many types of bullying. And what happens is, because a kid can't afford, they can only afford to buy one, get one free sneaker, and you got the Jordans, and they see you with the Jeepers on, they laugh at you. So sometimes you need somebody to come in there and to build their self-esteem up. And that's what I did to a lot of these kids. I've done that so well and implemented so many programs that all the regular kids, hey, how can I get involved?
Nice.
I want to be involved in this program. What do I got to do? Oh, now you want to, but I never shun them away. Hey, you can be a volunteer, and you can volunteer your time and help mentor these kids and watch their back. If anybody tries to bully them, you say, hey, this is my brother, this is my sister, and you straighten them out. I have so many kids in the school system that are not my biological kids, but they're my kids. And people say, well, man, how many kids you got? I don't know, 30, 40, thousands. They say, man, you've been getting busy. Well, no, I'm not. And I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. And I've mentored them since they were 13, 14, and now they're in their 30s. Well, I'm telling my age. And they still keep in touch with me. So from there, I started doing other things, working on my
Tell us about the DeKalb County Police Department.
Well, that came in later, after I left Connecticut. Well, after I closed the restaurant in New York, I went back to Connecticut, and then I went to, I came to Atlanta, and I was married for 8 years, but then I'm divorced now, 2 or 3 years, I think, I can't remember.
But what year did you come here?
In 2005.
Okay.
And that's when the first place I went to was Job Corps, to try to get a job. And things just didn't work out too well with that, but all I wanted to do was come in and volunteer. I had written my book on teen suicide, and I just wanted to come in and volunteer. So then I started working for Holyfield, doing security for Holyfield and his family.
Oh, okay. So that we was Jazz and I were talking about. We was just talking about today that someone you were a bodyguard or with some big names.
Yeah,
you know.
and it's funny because see when you see a bodyguard, you think of
The big
Mr.
monster.
Swole.
Yeah.
No,
you don't
it's
have
not
to
like
be
that
Mr. All that.
nowadays.
No.
It's what you know and how
Right.
you carry yourself.
Right.
And a lot of people respect me.
Because you're a martial arts expert also.
Yes.
And we want to talk about that also. But,
We're gonna talk, okay.
Yeah.
I have several belts in different styles, and as a matter of fact, I'm getting inducted into the Martial Arts Hall of Fame in about 2 weeks. And I tell you, they're making a new category, not just for people who do martial arts I've been doing it for 40 years, but for something else too. See, you have to be able to not do martial arts, but train people not to fight and be afraid to fight, but also be able to defend yourself. But they're making a new category for me because of all the things that I'm doing in the community with my book. I do things fighting obesity, bullying, gangs, guns, and violence, teen pregnancy, HIV/AIDS education, single parenting, you name it. There's all types of things that I'm incorporating into working with these kids in the community. And these agencies are saying, well, wow, you're really making a difference with these kids. So we need to make a special type of award besides knowing, you're doing martial arts, but for giving back to the community. So I'm very honored into doing that.
And when will that take place?
That will be July the 9th in Tampa, Florida.
Nice.
Oh, Tampa.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes. So I'm looking forward to that. And I talked to a lot of my friends. You probably know Mike Jai White.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Yes, he's one of my karate teachers as
Actor,
well. Back in the
profession-
actor, yes.
yeah.
Yes, very good friend of mine. So there's a lot of people.
And he's the real deal. I mean,
He's the real
deal.
He's the real deal.
Yes, he
You know,
is.
I have a friend in Jersey who mastered the art of the drunken man.
Yeah, that's Kung Fu.
Kung Fu, yeah.
And what happens is, a lot of times, see, you have to understand this, in Kung Fu, people don't even realize there's about 700 different styles of karate in Kung Fu. And that's why I love it, because it teaches you how to, your mental state. Like even when I worked with DeKalb, County, and we have to get tased. And I've been tased about 6 times.
Oh my gosh.
And when I get tased, they always tase me twice. Because when I stand up there, it doesn't have any effect. Because my mind is right.
Oh man.
So I'm used to that.
Well, don't tell that secret because you might some crooks out there might learn
I
that.
know, learn that. Learn the drunken monkey.
So all I have to do is just stand there and
Yeah,
it
that's
won't
it.
affect me.
Yeah, but no,
Right.
it takes years. It takes years of learning how to break a brick and doing all kind of things. It's just so much.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you knew. His name is Samad Haq. Have you ever heard of him?
Samad Haq, what part of Jersey?
He was from
Trenton?
Newark, in that area. I was going to say Newark, but
I
South
believe
Jersey.
he was under the auspices of Dr. Moses Powell. If he was, then I know the brother.
Yeah, because he teaches. What do you call it, Anthony? When you
Aikido,
stunt.
Shotokan? Oh.
No, he was the he taught the stuntmen for the Sopranos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was he?
And he has his.
What
do you call it?
Did he have dreads?
No, he didn't have that. Now, Dondi,
Yes.
you got so much stuff going
I
on right
know,
now,
I
and,
know.
and I know it's like 3 more shows,
I know.
but there's some things over here that I
Yeah,
want you to tell us about.
This red
yes.
cap.
I know.
Yes.
I'm
This
so
we know it.
excited.
We know the red cap.
Listen, before I even do the hat,
We
I
know
just
it.
want to tell you, I have a football signed by Marlon Briscoe, the first black quarterback in the NFL who played for the Broncos.
Wow.
Jim Brown. I got gloves signed by Muhammad Ali, by Tyson, by Holyfield, by all these boxers. Man, I just so much. I got stuff signed by Don King. There's just so much. You come to my house, I got so many things. You know,
We need to
Like,
do a
like,
shit. We
like
need to
an
come over.
open museum or
We,
something.
we come over his house.
Yes.
I know,
We're gonna-
right?
We come
We
over
can
your
do the
house.
show from
We're
his
gonna do the
house.
show
We're
at
gonna
your
do it.
house.
We're
So
gonna do
this
it.
way we can get it all
Idea.
in.
We're gonna do it.
No, we're gonna do that.
What I want to do is I want to talk about this brother right here.
Okay.
This brother
Get ready,
right
y'all.
here.
Get ready.
Rerun. Man, this brother right here.
Rerun.
I love this guy. Rest in peace. He's done so much with me. Even being with him, we've talked to at least he's talked to over 100,000 kids in his lifetime.
And a lot of people don't know that.
No, they don't know that.
he did that.
By being with him, I've talked to over 10,000. Being with him, I was supposed to went to LA to see him the week before he passed away. He was with me a couple of weeks before that, and he gave me his hat. And I was supposed to have seen him, but he died. He was really sick, diabetes and everything. And we've done so many things in the schools, man. And one time I remember he had to do a show in DC, so I ended up going to DC. And every time we go somewhere, he said, "Man, I feel like the little monkey that wears the little hat." And he put the quarter and he dances. Because every time I go somewhere, people always say, "Dance monkey," like it's like dance monkey dance. So that's why I say dance monkey dance. He starts doing his, his thing. So he starts dancing. So he was on the stage performing. He was talking. So I says, "Dance monkey dance." Everybody stops and said, "What in the world?" He said, "Dondi, is that you?" And then he called me up on the stage. It was wonderful.
And do you know that
Yes.
Rerun can dance?
Yes.
For real.
Yes. And this is my man. I know all of them. I know Raj. I know all of the whole cast. So he's been my inspiration to motivate me to keep it going, working with the kids. I also want to talk about these young guys. Now, this is very important too, because in the music industry, a lot of times people gravitate to the music industry. They think about the money. They think about the fame, they think about the jewelry, and they don't think about nothing else but this. My brother is the one right here. He was in a group called Room Service. You can Google him on YouTube or whatever. And my brother, they were successful, they were doing their thing, but my brother left the group because the record company told him, if you want to stay in this label, you have to take your wedding ring off. He says, "No. That's going to cause problems in my household."
That's right.
He took it off one time, and boy, did he catch heck. He caught havoc. So
Yeah.
he says, I cannot do this. So he decided to let that go. And don't you know, he let that go, and he started doing a security job for a little while. And then he prayed on it. He became a cop. He's been a cop for 15 years now. Now he's built his recording studio, and now he's just doing work. He's done stuff for SWV. Remember the first song they made, Downtown? He's the one that was in the background that said, "I want to get freaky with you." That was him. My other brother my brother Bobby wrote the music. My other brother did he wrote the lyrics. My other brother wrote the music. They've done music for Joe, for all kind of Madonna.
Goodness.
Everybody. My oldest brother did the music and the tracks for the Braxton Sisters, their first album. And
How many brothers do you have?
I have 3 brothers and 1 sister. And I had to, you know, I told the Braxton sisters' mom, because I did security for her last year, her and Mrs. Sherry, the Dr. Sherry, and Jennifer Holiday.
Oh my
Jennifer Holiday.
goodness.
So, but I
And
know
I am telling you, oh my goodness.
Hey, like Shanae sang on Martin, and I am telling you.
Man.
So, but I know we're gonna have to wrap it up.
Did you meet Martin?
Yes. I could have brought the pictures. We used to hang out.
it.
We used to hang out all the time with Martin. I know Puff Daddy. All.
We got to do a show
We
at
are
your
going
place.
to his house
Yes.
and do a
Yes.
show so we can see,
So we can see
everything that
all
he has.
and hear
Yes.
more of the adventures
Yes.
of Dondi Burroughs.
Donnie,
Everybody.
you know, I know we do have to wrap it up, but
Yeah.
I want to go back to your book.
Yes.
You have a book out and you're writing another, but how did we get the one that you have out?
You can Google my name, Dondi Burroughs, Dondi Burroughs, Burroughs, and it's called A Vision. You can just Google me; everything will come up. All American great speakers, and I tell you, man, years ago I've been speaking. I tell people, hey, listen, give me a bag of jelly beans, and I'll speak for you. But now I'm getting paid. I'm telling you, when I went to them and told them, I said, you know, just give me $1,000 and I'll speak. No. $5,000, $10,000, almost $20,000 of speaking out. So in corporate America, that's what I'm getting.
Yes.
So and
Beautiful.
I don't like to, you know, I want to mention price stuff like that on that, but I'm getting paid very well to speak. Now I'm getting compensated, but I do it for the passion and the love. And my book, you can get the book, and please pick up the book. You can read the book in an hour. It's in big font, no big words. You can read the book and you'll love it because it talks about my story, and it'll help you to stay focused and to reach out to people like yourself in shows like this that people can come out and talk to and vent. We need more shows like this. We need them.
This is why
and
we
I
created
love you
this show.
guys.
This
and
is
man,
why
this
we
is
did
the
this.
best
Thank
thing.
you so much.
I'll take this show before going on regular TV any day.
I got one more question.
Yes.
Where'd you get that from?
Oh well, you know I'm a martial artist.
Is that the glove? Is that
This
a
is
fist?
yeah, it's official.
That's
yes.
hot. That,
I've had this
man.
for 20 years.
Wow.
And I'm a martial artist, and at one point in my life, I wanted to do boxing, but you can't do martial arts and boxing at the same time. I hurt my knee, so I couldn't. So then I started working with a young man who is middleweight champ to this day, Bad Chad Dawson. I've been with him before he was pro. He's fought people like Tarver, Bernard Hopkins, and all types of people, and I've been with them from the beginning. And like I said, I you know, now I'm trying to focus more. I haven't been doing a lot of martial arts because I'm focusing more on doing other things. I teach a women's self-defense class every once in a while.
Excellent.
Hey.
Every once in a while, free through Crossland Karate at the Greenbrier Mall.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, ladies, do you hear
Last Saturday
that?
at the month, we do that, and also we're doing stuff with another guy named Prince Brown. He's also from Brooklyn, and he does stuff with kids. He does a mentor program to teach kids good etiquette.
We were just talking
We were
about
just-
that.
And big ups to Crossland Karate and Prince for doing your thing, and all of the organizations out there that are making a difference in the community. I love you guys, man. I love you guys. And
Oh, man.
before
Thank
we
you.
go, I
Thank
gotta
you
put
so-
this hat
Yes,
on.
put it on.
And
Put it
I'm
on
gonna
for
put
rerun,
this
man.
hat on
Put
for
it on.
rerun.
For
This is for
rerun.
rerun. This is for rerun.
That's
Hey,
right.
hey, hey.
And he started what, on Soul Train?
Yes, I'm
Doing
Soul
that?
Train.
You
Yes,
remember
doing
that?
this thing.
Doing that, man.
Yes.
Doing that. He made it from Soul
Well,
Train.
well, everybody, listen. This is the fabulous, the great Mr. Dondi
The
Burroughs.
one and only. We are going to do the next.
And you can find him on Facebook too. So
Yes.
look him up, shout him out, say
Yes.
hey, get
Yes.
his book.
Yes, get the book. Big up to the cameraman too. You know, big up to my man back there. He's doing his thing, and big up to him doing his thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I love you guys.
Now, Doc Harris.
And yes, Doc Harris.
We're
Doc
going to definitely have to
Harris.
do a show
Yes.
at either at your place or
Yes.
a place that you are at. But we
Yes.
definitely have to come
Yes.
and bring it to you.
The women's self-defense at the
We-
karate
we're
school.
gonna have to do that.
Whatever you want to do, we can make it happen.
We'll
And we're
contact
going to
you.
make
All right.
that happen.
We're going to make it happen.
Yes.
But everybody, please, I hate to say goodnight,
Right.
but this has been another segment of
Yes.
At Home with AJ,
Yes.
where vision
Yes.
And reality.
Yes.
come together.
That's it.
Good night,
Say
everybody.
good night.
Good night.
Good
I love you guys.